EastEnders Denise Fox, Diane Parrish, has always seemed pretty indestructible, hasn't she? She survived an abusive relationship with alcoholic Owen Turner Lee Ross, lived through the tragic death of her fiancé, Kevin Wicks, Phil Daniels, then wound up engaged to, and imprisoned by serial killer Lucas Johnson, Don Gillet. She suffered brutal poverty, had a fling with Phil Mitchell, Steve McFadden, resulting in a pregnancy and putting her child up for adoption before reclaiming him from the gangster granny he'd grown up with. She juggled a relationship with Jack Branning, Scott Massillin, and a fling with Ravi Gulati, Aaron Thiara, before suffering psychosis in the aftermath of her involvement in Keanu Taylor's, Danny Walters, grisly death. Since then, she's been a pillar of unwavering strength for her pseudo-father Patrick Truman Rudolph Walker, as he navigated the murder of his son, Anthony Nicholas Bailey, as well as the emergence of his grandchildren Jasmine Fisher, Indiana Donaldson Holness, and Josh Goodwin Joshua Vaughn, the former of which struck the killing blow. Yeah, she's a tough cookie as our Denise, but she's recently been feeling less than spiffing. In the aftermath of Sam Mitchell's Kim Metcalf, all clear results following a cancer checkup, she and Denise ruminated over the importance of keeping up with their health and checking up on any symptoms that present. To that end, Denise admitted that she'd felt knackered recently and thus intended to make an appointment with her GP for a checkup. While fans immediately suspected the worst and predicted a serious health complication and potential death for the icon, the fact that she was shown as a potential bride for Max Branning, Jake Wood, in the New Year flash-forward pretty much guarantees that we won't be losing a legend in the near future. Though it becomes clear that there's something wrong next week, as episodes see her continue to struggle with tiredness. Sam discovers Diane asleep in her salon, Fox in hair, and provides support for her as she worries about what could be going on with her health. When Sam checks in on her later in the week, she confirms that she's booked a GP appointment to get the bottom of things. But the question remains, what's happening to Denise? Will it have any bearing on the emergence of her daughter, the former Squiggle Libby Belinda Owusu, at New Year's? I guess we'll have to keep watching. In the ever-unpredictable world of EastEnders, drama rarely arrives quietly. But for Denise Fox, the latest storm creeping into her life isn't loud or explosive. It's subtle, internal, and far more terrifying. A quiet unraveling begins. Denise had always been one of Walford's strongest figures, a woman who could endure betrayal, heartbreak, and secrets buried deep beneath Albert Square. But strength has its limits. In recent weeks, something has shifted. It begins with small things, missed conversations, distant stares, moments where Denise seems present but not truly there. Her family notices first. A flicker in her eyes, a hesitation in her voice, the kind of changes that are easy to dismiss until they aren't. At night, sleep becomes her enemy. Restless and haunted, Denise finds herself reliving past trauma, especially her involvement in the deadly cover-up tied to Keanu Taylor. The guilt isn't fading. It's growing. The symptoms grow darker. Soon the cracks widen. Denise begins to hear things. First she brushes it off, just stress, she tells herself. But then she starts seeing things too. Shadows that linger too long. Faces that shouldn't be there. Most chilling of all, Keanu. Not in memory but standing, watching, accusing. Her mind is betraying her. This isn't just stress anymore. It's something deeper, something far more dangerous. Denise is experiencing symptoms consistent with psychosis, hallucinations, confusion, and a distorted sense of reality. Fear takes hold. As Denise's grip on reality weakens, fear becomes her constant companion. She starts to believe she's a danger to the people she loves. Every glance from her children feels like suspicion. Every whisper in the square feels like judgment. In a heartbreaking moment, Denise becomes convinced that the only way to protect her family is to leave them. And so she runs. Not dramatically, not with a grand goodbye, but in panic, confusion, and desperation. Walford in crisis. Her disappearance sends shockwaves through Albert Square. Chelsea Fox is frantic. Jack Branning is desperate for answers. Even those who barely understand Denise's struggle can feel the urgency. This isn't just another row or breakdown. This is a crisis. A search begins. The square unites. But beneath the surface lies an uncomfortable truth. Many had seen the signs and didn't act soon enough. A painful reality. Denise's story is not just dramatic storytelling. It reflects a very real issue. EastEnders has long been known for tackling difficult topics, and this storyline continues that legacy. Mental health struggles, especially severe conditions like psychosis, often develop quietly, misunderstood, or ignored until they reach a breaking point. Denise's hallucinations, paranoia, and emotional withdrawal are all warning signs. But like many people, she tries to push through alone. And that's where the danger lies. The turning point. When Denise is finally found, she isn't the same woman who walked away. Exhausted, fragile, terrified of her own mind. But in that moment something shifts. For the first time, Denise allows others to see her vulnerability. Not as weakness but as truth. Help is no longer optional. It's essential. There are difficult conversations ahead. Medical intervention. Support systems that must be rebuilt from the ground up. But there is also hope. A story that hits home. Denise's health fears are not about a single diagnosis. They're about the slow, frightening realization that something is wrong, and the even harder step of admitting it. Her journey is a reminder that mental health struggles don't always look obvious. Strength can mask suffering, and asking for help can be the bravest act of all. In true EastEnders fashion, the storyline doesn't offer easy answers. But it does offer something just as powerful. Understanding. What comes next? As Denise begins the long road to recovery, one question lingers over Walford. Can she truly heal from what she's seen, and what she believes she's done? Or will the ghosts of her past continue to haunt her? One thing is certain, this is far from over. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to EastEnders Spoilers Official.